Awesome. Welcome guys to this video. We're very excited to be here today with our good friend Kai. Kai, thanks for being here.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, really stoked. So today we are going to be diving into the world of breathing and specifically breath work and that practice. And Kai here is an expert at breathing and with breath work, and he has brought a lot of cool instruments and tools he uses for breath work and meditation, and we're going to talk a little bit about just your journey and how you got into breath work and how it's just like impacted you. So yeah, let's go.
Excellent. No, I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I found breath work. I come from a space of stress, anxiety, and depression. I didn't like who I was, and I didn't know how to be anybody else. And that led to a lot of tension, and that tension generated a lot of anxiety in my life. And so I just had a time in life when I was just having daily panic attacks. I was not okay. A friend introduced me to a yoga practice, and at the end, the teacher sat us down and we went through this breath work. And there was something about it that was just so cleansing. Like I felt like this huge weight had gotten taken off my shoulders, and I hadn't felt that way in such a long time. And I don't know, something about that just really like caught my attention. I was like, wow, there's something to this. Like it gave me like an immediate result. Everyone's out there promising you results, but sit for 5 minutes and breathe in this specific way and you'll feel different.
Yeah.
And there's power in that. And so that's how I got started.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude,
That's
I love
really
it.
cool. Yeah, that's really cool. And would you want to explain like or tell just like your first experience within like, was it like a class that you did, or was it your friend? You just like you guys just sat down and started breathing, or what was like your first experience with like an official like practice, I guess, however you want to call it?
My very first experience with breathwork that was really transformative. I was working an event in LA, and on the docket was breathwork. I had heard about it. I had done yoga. I had experienced that like end of the class. Now everyone's sit and breathe. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's see what this is about. And it was out on a lawn, and so I went out to the lawn to go do this breath work, and this Norwegian dude came out and just like led us through 4 rounds, and it was Wim Hof. If you know anything about breath work, he's like the father of breath work in America, and so he guided us through these 3 rounds, and on the 4th round, I took a deep breath in, and then I held it, and all of a sudden, it was like the sky parted, it just ripped in half, and there were like 3 people that were just like standing there like kings. They were like, they looked like all regal, just like staring at these people on the lawn, like breathing. And it was this crazy moment. Like you said, it was like a psychedelic connection. It was like, what is this? And it was so crazy and outside anything I'd anticipated. And then we did like a cold plunge after it, and I felt amazing for like weeks after. Like it was just, the way it transformed things. And the words don't even do it justice. The experience of it stayed with me. And so that's where I got started with breathwork, was like, okay, there's something in this. What I find very interesting about breathwork, just in general, is everyone's an expert at breathing. You know how to breathe. Your body intuitively, you breathe every day. We do it all the time. The thing is, when things are so daily and so routine, sometimes we don't even realize when we get caught in a pattern that's restricted, that's not fully open, right? Your body's designed in homeostasis. Your body's designed to breathe in deep, easy, even circles. That's where you heal. That's where all like the good stuff happens. But if you get caught in something that, some stress, anxiety, or trauma, and it locks into your body, all of a sudden you're breathing in a restricted way, it's going to affect how you show up in life. Yeah. And I don't know how I got on that tangent.
I think that's great. No, I think it's important. I think a lot of us need to understand with breath work, it's like breath work is when you're like really honing in on your breath, because like you said, we breathe every day while at work, while we're just walking to school or whatever, but like we're not very conscious of it. And I think like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the essence and the importance of breath work is like really honing in on just the breath, just that one thing, just breathing in, breathing out, and the benefits that come from it are like crazy. So do you want to kind of explain that? Like how has like breath work kind of impacted like your life, and like what benefits have you seen from it?
So because your entire experience is founded on your breath. You can go, what is it, like weeks without food, days without water, minutes without air. Air is so significant to your experience, and because of that, anything that your respiratory system that controls the flow of air, the flow of energy into your body, anything, if that's tweaked or if that's restricted at all, it's going to affect how much energy you have in general. Like it's a foundational aspect, and so if something up here in your system is feeling off kilter, and you're trying to like fix and balance it, but the foundation is off, you know what I mean? Like no matter how much you're going to exhaust yourself trying to fix something. Where if you just address the foundational issue, find some like focus on that breath, like you said. It can help you to recenter, rebalance, ground yourself. The thing about emotions that a lot of people don't really understand is the emotions only want to be felt. And if you have an emotion that you've put away, you've stored it somewhere, and you're resisting feeling it, turning to the breath can give you the opportunity to express it and get it out, and feel it in a healthy, controlled, safe way, in a safe place. I could just geek out about it, but like physically, mentally, and emotionally, breathwork has the ability to support you, ground you, and really bring you back to center. If you've ever felt not like yourself, when you're triggered, when you're upset, when you're under trauma or stress, you're not yourself. You're not the highest and best version of you. Breathwork can help you find your way back. And that's why I love it.
That's beautiful. I love that. And I think like going off of that, I think breathwork, when we think about other mindfulness practices, like whether it be yoga or like meditation, like deep meditation, or even like other things like, I don't know, plant care, ice bath, sauna, like you kind of have to go to these places to do it. But I think the cool thing with breath work, you can do it anywhere. If you're on the bus, if you're at work, like you can just take a little 5-minute break, go just breathe, do some stuff like that. So like, what do you think, like, what would be just a good way for someone to kind of just, who's never really, tried breathwork before, who's new to the concept, how could one just get started just like doing simple breathing exercises? And like I said, like, it can be anywhere pretty much, right? So like how could one just kind of like start this journey and like get into basic like breath work?
So a really good suggestion for absolute beginners is if you download a metronome app on your phone, and then I like to do like have it play out in 8 counts because that helps me to extend my breath.
And sorry, does it cut out? What's a what do you say, metronome?
Metronome. It's the I think it's behind you actually.
Oh, the little
guy.
Thing.
So like metronome. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So there's an app that like if you just download a metronome app, it'll give you a steady beat. And then the way I like to teach breathwork is in some very basic breathing patterns that you can do to a metronome. So box breathing, you just make it even. So if you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Super easy, steady. That one is a phenomenal rescue breath. If you ever find yourself in panic or anxiety, if you take a breath in, hold, exhale with the shoulders away from the ears, and then hold again. That has the ability to just, it tells your nervous system. It's interesting. It's like communicating with the body in the language of the body. Because if your body's not feeling safe, you're going to feel really tense and tight and X, Y, Z. But if you communicate in that way, you can take yourself out of anxiety is the moral of that story. So box breathing is as an example of really easy. Take a deep breath in, hold your breath, let it go, shoulders out, relax your jaw, hold again. And you do that. Do like 3 of them. If we were to sit here and take 3 deep breaths like that right now, you would feel an instant change in your body.
And that's incredible. And like, is there a specific like for example, like whether it be in the morning or night, like are there different techniques that work better in the morning or like in the middle of the day or at night? For example, if you want to like start your day, have more energy, is there like certain breath work techniques to do like during those time periods, or is it all pretty general like throughout the day?
I like the question. So one thing that I like about yoga, because breathwork, I found breathwork through my yoga practice, and so the thing about yoga is it's a holistic lifestyle. The thing about a truly holistic lifestyle is it allows you to respond to the needs of the moment. What that means is, in the morning, generally, if you're trying to wake up, more activating breath works are going to help activate your body, right? But if you have a panic attack in the morning and you need to calm yourself down, you obviously would want to go with something more relaxing. If you wake up with a lot of anxiety, then jumping into like really anxious breathing patterns may not serve you. Does that make sense? So the idea is instead of what time of the day is right for what, just understand that what the techniques are for and what energy they can create. So if I need more energy, or so like sometimes breath of fire is an excellent one. It's considered an activating technique. It's very like hot, kind of bouncy breath, where it's you pull the breath in and just kind of like bounce.
Yeah.
You do that for like 3 to 5 minutes, and a lot of people, when they go through that breath, they feel really energized. It kind of puts them into that anxious, tight spot. For me personally, when I go into that breath, I find such like this zen hovering place that feels really lovely.
Yeah.
And I'll use that breath right before I go to bed. If my mind's really anxious and it's kind of all over the place, I'll use that to calm me down and center me, even though it's considered an activating breath. But through experience, you know what's good for your body, right?
Yeah.
In general, the simple answer to your question, sure, in the morning, doing more activating techniques are going to support you in your day. You'll be stronger, healthier, more able, more agile, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, like PM rituals, if you wanted to do something that was more grounding, more yin, more of the box breathing, deep circle breathing. There's a breath called turtle breathing, where you sound like a turtle because it kind of gives you like a little Darth Vader-y vibe, and you breathe in real deep. Those techniques right before bed, I challenge you to lay in bed and do that for like 15 minutes and not fall asleep.
Okay. We'll have to
like
try that.
instant insomnia
That's
support.
Cool. One thing that just came to my mind, we were talking a little bit about this, but so there's, rituals and ceremonies, stuff like that. And so within breathwork, like we have these routines. You can make it a routine in your morning or your night before you go to bed. But then I know you can dive deeper into maybe more of a ceremonial kind of practice of breathwork, it's like an hour long session or even longer, I don't know. And you want to talk more about that,
sure,
your
I'd love
experience?
to. Yeah, so in my experience, creating a ritual is what you do. So in the morning, I get up and I rinse off. I like to get ready before my day or go to the gym, and then rinse off and then get my day started. So going to the gym is the ritual. It's the thing you do every day because that helps me feel safe and grounded. A ceremony is where you take it, and the thing about ritual is you can't do a ritual wrong. Even if I don't go to the gym on an off day, if I'm sleeping in, this is the day that I'm not exercising and I choose not to go to the gym, it's still part of that's my ritual. The choice was to not go. I didn't fail the gym.
Interesting.
It's just in my experience of gym in this time slot, I don't need to go today because I went yesterday, my legs are really sore, whatever. That is, ritual can't be wrong. The thing about ceremonies, you can do it wrong. If I'm guiding you through a breathing practice and I'm like, inhale for 4 and you inhale for 5, you've now done it wrong. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I don't like to get locked into ceremony. Ceremony, when it's technique, is very supportive. Someone has to tell you what box breathing is before you can do it, right?
Totally.
We'll do it naturally when we're stressed. We'll take deep breaths and hold our breath. And then it's something that's so intuitive. It's just adding your awareness to it, being conscious of what you're doing. You could live your whole life and never ever focus on your breath, but you do it for 5 minutes and you can change everything. It's crazy.
That's incredible. I think that's just the cool thing about breathwork. It's so simple but has such a big impact. And you don't even know until you try. But I think sometimes, like you said, we could maybe unintentionally do a box breathing technique without even knowing. And then, I guess when we're all stressed, at least for me in my life, it's I've always just heard, just take a deep breath, just relax yourself. And just doing that, we're maybe not as aware, but still that in my life, I've noticed just just taking one deep breath can really just make me feel so different.
Can change everything. Well, so it's like falling, right? There's the chance if you fall and you don't know how to fall, but you do happen to roll in the right way, you'll kind of roll over, and if you fall properly, you won't injure yourself, right? And if you don't know what you're doing and you trip, you could get lucky and all of a sudden fall right, or you can hurt yourself. Right? The thing about breath work is it's just practicing how to fall. It's practicing those breathing techniques so that when the moment arrives, you know what to do. It's like practicing karate. You're fighting fake opponents so that if you were to ever encounter someone real, you could defend yourself.
To be better prepared.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
That's when the thing about breath work is it's a practice that supports you in your relationships, in your private moments, when you are triggered and lost and lonely, when you're all by yourself. Having a really solid breathwork practice will take you out of anxiety.
And it's always going to be there for you.
It'll always be there until you're not.
Totally.
Literally, until your last breath,
Yeah.
your breath will be there. And so giving it some time and attention and love can fix everything.
Yeah.
Because just breathing into your diaphragm, I didn't realize I was tight. Every time when I tell someone to relax their jaw, when I go into like the first box, we don't even realize we're clenching.
Yeah.
So just taking that time to just let your body be safe and still and breathing with it and feeding it oxygen, which is what it lives on. Give it what it needs, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I have so much more patience.
You'll be flourishing, you'll be
of
thriving.
course.
You'll be seeing the effects. Well, that's great. Thank you for that introduction. That was like really good information, I think, for all of us. Yeah, no, we loved it. We loved it. Really good. And I guess with that being said, we kind of want to now dive into like doing a basic practice or technique routine with you. And I know you brought some fun instruments and tools. I don't know if you want to like use any of these throughout the practice and maybe like kind of explain a little bit like how these help you with your breath work practice and all that stuff.
Sure. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, take it
well,
away.
so first thing that I would recommend, can I stand? Am I still camera this way? Yeah. Just make sure.
Yeah, okay.
And around.
Do you want me to stand too?
No, actually I'm going to have you lay down.
Cool.
But first thing I'm going to do is give you a mask. Perfect. So one thing that's really helpful, especially when you're starting breathwork, is a very internal meditation practice. The thing about meditation that can be really hard is that sometimes we close our eyes. Trying to do nothing is a doing, right? It's really hard to do nothing when the focus is doing nothing because nothing is a doing. It's a whole thing, right? Whereas when you go into breath work, all I'm asking you to do, all I'm inviting you to do is to focus on your breath. Everything about this experience should feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay?
Totally.
As we go into it, even when we get to more advanced breathing, you might notice tingling or numbness or sensations in the body. Breathe into it. If it's ever more uncomfortable than you'd like, this is a train you can get off of. And the way you do that is you just gentle your breathing. So when I'm trying to encourage you to breathe belly, chest, I'm expanding what your body is used to, and it'll react in a certain way. Okay. Super normal.
Perfect.
If you feel the need to back off, totally do. I'm just giving you the full spiel, right?
Thank you.
So mask
put
first.
This on and lie down. Perfect.
Please. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you is a little bit of a beginner breathing style. We'll do one round just to play with it.
All right.
Okay.
Should I put my hands anywhere, just like on my chest?
Yeah, so you can put hands on the heart if you want to feel like heart connected. You can also put them to your side. Absolutely up to you. Okay. So we're going to gently start to go into the breath. So I invite you to ground yourself. Take a few easy breaths, just normal and natural. Putting one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. There we go. Okay, so first I invite you to send air down to your belly hand. Nice. Okay, keep going. Do you notice how you're breathing primarily from up here? Breathe into your belly first. Oh, that's your chest. Breathe down here. Breathe into your belly. Feel your belly expand. Kind of hard, right?
Yeah.
You'll get it. If you can't, try focusing on, imagine breathing right through your chest, right in here, okay? There you go, opening up a little bit. Okay, keep going. Yeah, keep right, that pace is great. Nice, keep breathing right there. So, I invite you to send air down to your feet. Keep going. Let it be easy. Nice, fully in. Nice, you want to feel your lungs expanding. Nice, easy. You find that easy rhythm? Now we're going to practice some box breathing. So the next one, we're going to inhale and hold. Hold. Let it go. Hold. Breathing deep into your belly. Hold. Let it go. Hold. Easy. Hold. Hold. This breath helps you feel safe. Hold. It also puts you in control. Use it when you need to get yourself back. Okay, now take out the hold and go back to that flow, okay? Let it go. Easy. This is a circle breath. It's like water. Imagine breathing in a golden light and exhale purple smoke. It's just like dark gray smoke. Visualization and breath work go hand in hand. Nice, just clearing and cleansing. The good thing about this breath is it moves things. Nice, easy. If you're ever stuck in an emotion, this breath can help you move past it. Just breathe deep into your belly hand. Nice, much better. Keep going. Easy. Nice. Letting your breath return to normal, just finding yourself just safe and centered. Nice, even, easy circles. So what we went through right now was box breathing and circle breathing. Box breathing, super grounding, circle breathing, nice, even, and flowing. Okay. Next breath we're going to move into is like a Wim Hof style dynamic breathing. Dynamic breath work is really great at helping you clear the decks. This is where you're going to activate your body, and you might feel tingling, numbness, sensation. It's all fine. If you feel any tightness in the body, I invite you to breathe into it. It means you're doing it right. If it starts hurting at all for any reason, just back off the breath, okay? So this breath is a 3-part breath, and it sounds like this. Easy. Nice. We're going to do about 40 of these. Really filling your belly and your chest. Easy. Breathing all the way down to your fingers and your toes. Remember, the air is the medicine. Breathe deeply, with power. Fully in. You got it. You're doing amazing. Breathe with me. Yes, I can. Breathing deep into the strongest sensation. If you need to breathe in through your mouth, you can. Big circle. Halfway there. Easy. You got it. Fully in. Keep going. Yes, more. Give me 90% capacity. Easy. You got it. Yep. Yes, more, please. Yeah. You got it. 10 left. Final 9. 8 more. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Deep breath in. Sipping at the top. Drop your chin, your chest, move that air down to your belly, and hold. Hold your breath. Releasing until comfortable, but not until empty. And hold with no air in the lungs. Whatever you feel is exactly right. Just feel it. Bringing your awareness to the earth beneath you. Notice how firmly you are held and relax. Release, relax, accept and allow. The feeling that you're feeling is just a feeling. You will get over it. You will survive. When you feel the need to breathe, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Sipping at the top. Dropping your chin, your chest, move that air down to your belly. Nice. Hold. You're doing great. Gently oming out, gentle hum, gentle sigh. In 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Allowing the breath to return to normal. Just feeling safe and centered and grounded. Moving your hands to your side, palms facing up or down, whatever feels best. It's all easy. Now we move into a gentle stillness practice. The breath for this is called conscious connected breathing. So I invite you to direct your awareness to your nose, that little bit of skin between your nose and your upper lip, and breathe just like that. Easy circle. Slow it down just a little bit. Nice. There you go. And keep that circle going. Letting the body be still, letting the mind be still. Focus on the breath. Let it go. Find the ease. Find the circle. Just breathing gently in and letting it go. It takes 2 minutes for the nervous system to begin to relax after the body has stopped moving. So for a stillness practice like this, we're going to hold still for about 3 minutes. If you feel the need to itch, twitch, or scratch, just let it happen. Send the air there. Breathe deeply into it. It's just a sensation. This is about control through release and surrender. Nice. Keep it up. You're doing amazing. If you find the mind begins to wander, gently directing it back to the breath. Taking a few deep breaths just to bring the awareness back to the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Nice deep overhead stretch, stretching the fingertips away from the toes. So hands overhead. There you go. Yeah, just like that. Stretch, 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 providing the body with some gentle endorphins. Next, exhale, you're going to bring your knees to your chest. Tight little ball, be nice to your lower back. There you go, pulling your knees in if you can. Gentle compression, rocking left and right, left and right. Easy peasy. Letting the knees fall to either the left or the right. Keeping the opposite shoulder anchored. So letting them fall to the left, touching the floor on the left side, supine twist. There we go, yes. Right hand extended out, palm facing up. There you go. Come all the way up this way for me. Yeah. You can direct your gaze towards your palm. There it is. Nice. Breathe deep into this shape for a second. Let it go. Give me 2 more. Inhaling fully. Nice. Last one. Inhale deep. Let it go. Nice. Moving through to the other side. Exhale, letting the knees fall down. Yes. Very good. Perfection. Nice. 2 more. Actually, now 2 more. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Last one. Excellent. Gently coming to the fetal position first, and then you push the world away from you. There you go. And then you can find yourself in a seated position if you'd like.
Like that.
Yeah. Well, now you can sit up, basically, is what I was saying.
Perfect. Can I take off the mask?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh.
Good job,
That
bro.
was insane. I need to come to for a sec.
Yeah. Take a second. Take a
Right
second.
with this light.
Yeah. Well, right. There's a reason.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I need to 3 minutes just to come to. That was insane.
Take a second, bro. You're
When my
good.
eyes adjust real quick. Sorry guys. Wow, I have truly never experienced anything like that ever. I was expecting myself to be kind of dabbled in meditation, yoga, kind of at the end, they kind of have you close your eyes, you kind of lay down, but I was expecting, I know you mentioned before, you said oh, you'll feel some sensation, and I was kind of thinking I think my mind might kind of just feel more relaxed, but what I experienced was I think in the beginning, kind of just it all kind of started right here when we breathe into the belly, and slowly, I don't know if it was a more tingly sensation, I think, kind of started, but then when we moved into the kind of Wim Hof, what was the breathing in, with that beat, that literally just started to spread, and it's not my body wasn't it's not my body went numb, but I just felt an energy, source from here just slowly started to expand throughout my body. And then when you were guiding me okay, breathe into the tips of your fingers, your toes, I literally felt that move throughout me. And then what really was crazy, right, I think when we hit when I had 10 more breaths, I seriously felt I almost got a buzz off of it or something like that. But I was truly not floating, but I was just so centered and grounded. But it felt then when it reached up to my brain, my head, it kind of felt like someone was wrapping a headband or something, and kind of when I was holding the breath, I was just feeling all of it. I never I didn't know how strong the physical sensation can actually be. And one thing I loved what you said throughout the practice was the air is the medicine, and that really kind of made me feel wow, I seriously have never felt this way, and we didn't take nothing before this, nothing, no physical thing. It was just the air. And through the guided breathing work, I was able to feel that. That was incredible. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, that was awesome.
Congratulations. Yeah. One thing about breath, air is the original psychedelic.
Yeah.
Your entire experience is based in air. And so understanding the way that your body consumes air, understanding what happens when your body is traumatized and how it restricts the airflow to support you.
Yeah.
This is all good, healthy processes practices, but practices like this help you release it.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was incredible.
Hell yeah.
I know you were using some of these instruments and stuff like that. Do you kind of want to give us a run through like
Sure.
what these are for? And like, I know like the viewers at home kind of watch how you're using them, but if you want to give us like a little basic explanation, it doesn't have to be all of them, but just the most important ones you want to talk about.
Yeah, so some of the core fundamental sounds is a drum. One of them is a drum.
Yeah.
The drum is reminiscent of the heartbeat when you're in the womb. And so when you have a really good steady drum beat, there's something about
that really
that's going to
helped me
make
kind
you
of
feel
just
safe.
control the breath too. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something that we find very trusting and soft, and energetically, or what drumming does, it can break up density. So if you're feeling resistant, you're feeling struggle, you're feeling sad.
Yeah.
Oftentimes the reason why we're holding on to a lot of emotions is because we don't want to feel them. And so we're trying to put it away so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Drumming, really good, powerful drumming just helps those emotions come out so that you can feel them and then they're gone. You know, something easy about that. So drum.
Cool.
Uno. Then singing bowl is one of my faves. I think the model's behind you.
Oh, right here.
Thank you. Actually, I'll let you do this.
Okay, so how do I do it?
How you do it. There's three ways to play the bowl. One is you tap, gentle than you think. It is glass.
Yeah.
And generally it's considered to tap on the exhale because it makes it a little bit easier, I guess. Who knows? You're aiming for the top third is kind of where you want to play.
Okay.
And when you're using the mallet, about a third, if you swing that around the rim, it'll sing this way. So, starting from nothing. Yeah, go right ahead.
So I can just tap it right here.
Nice.
Like that.
Easy.
You feel it kind of
Does
vibrate.
it feel so good? Yeah.
I love that.
That's one of the things. So one of the things I love about singing bowls specifically is I feel they're energetically, like even if you put your hands next to it, you just feel it.
Whoa.
It
Wow.
gives you that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize how strong that was.
Isn't that crazy?
It's really cool.
Yeah. You can't touch it though.
You have to like slightly just.
Slightly, yeah. Just the tips of your fingers. Just the tips of it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then in sound theory, they use different sounds, different tones to equate to different parts of the body.
Yeah.
So your root is considered a C. So if you play a C note, you're going to feel grounded. It's kind of the idea behind that sound therapy. So the three ways to play it: ding, rim. You can also go sideways as long as you're doing that third, the top third. And what I like about that one is I'm sitting here, I kind of am using both hands instead of just exhausting the one. And you can also get much louder.
Oh wow. Oh, that's so cool.
Dope, right?
Love it.
So singing bowl. The benefits of a singing bowl are they create something called a clear tone. Because they're so stable when they ring, that's something that doesn't really exist in nature. Nature doesn't have a lot of stability. It's very chaotic. Things grow, crystals grow chaotically. You know, I mean, there's structures and lattices. But the thing about this, when it comes to sound, is when you close your eyes, it can be very hard for meditators. I have ADD, so when I close my eyes, it gets easy to get distracted.
Yeah.
That gives you something that you can focus on with your eyes closed, and that's the most powerful thing about that.
That's cool.
It provides clarity, and then that centering kind of gives you something to focus on. And then if you do the different tones, it's supposed to help support you. Kind of just like crystals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. That's cool.
So then we have rain stick. Okay.
Yep.
Rain stick. You just rotate. When I play mine, I rotate it. I go this way. It's up here. Just because I feel like it helps me control it for longer.
Yeah.
Because if you just kind of dump it,
It'll all just fall down.
Yeah, it all just falls down. So if you play and rotate it, which either way, I mean, whatever way feels better to you. I usually go that way. I go away from myself. There you go.
Very cool.
What's nice about this is this is a chaos. So that sound is very cleansing, just like the ocean drum.
Yeah.
That it does something that feels very like washing, like it cleanses. You know, the thing about your emotional body and your physical body is they actually respond really well to metaphor. That's their language.
Yeah.
You know, that it's the human mind and the mental side of us, and that can communicate really, really well, but getting all stuck up in your head and your body just wants to feel safe. Doesn't matter how much you tell it, this is what it needs to do. It's not going to feel safe until it does. And so things like sounds like that are basically saying, chill out. It like helps your nervous system relax. Like your body will release naturally because it's something about it that just connects to that part of the brain. So
totally.
Cool, right? Same thing with that little chime. That chime,
right here?
that's a Kochi chime. You just hold this little ring. Yeah,
like
and then swing. Yeah.
Very peaceful.
Peaceful. Yeah, there's something about that takes me to a forest. Like the chimes have the capacity to transport people just to like a safer, calmer, peaceful time. Right?
Very cool.
And I think, and then a thunder drum. Thunder drum.
Yeah,
it's
that
like
was really
$15
cool.
on Amazon.
Nice.
Great for kids. Little noisemakers.
Yeah.
So I hold it like a mug, kind of like that, and then you just shake it.
Very cool.
And then if you flick it, let's see, there's the sound.
Like the lightning.
Lightning.
Strike. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shake it like that, and then you flick this part.
You flick the metal. Yeah. And you can't flick it down here, but it jumps sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I'm so glad I finally got it. No,
awesome.
sometimes you just miss.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep, but
That's
that is
cool.
thunder drum.
Love it.
Just very, again, shakes up.
Yeah.
Kind of. It has a deeper connection.
And so you would say like these instruments and these tools kind of help enhance your breathwork practice a little bit more, kind of dive deeper into the sensations and help you kind of focus throughout this like guided breathing. Like you'd say these are like good tools to have for one who's like pretty experienced, but like are they necessary to even just like get into breathwork, you know?
No.
Yeah.
Yes and no. You know, it's in a sense that what they do is they enhance the experience.
Yeah. Okay.
And so if somebody if you find an experience like this, like the one you just had, that was supported by all those instruments, as a very beginner, that could be like, holy.
Yeah, it might be a little intimidating. Like,
well, maybe like awesome.
Or,
like there's something in this that was crazy. I didn't know this. You know, if you receive it at a really high level, then it helps you as a beginner to get into it, right? Because some of it's like starting with nothing is hard because a lot of people find meditation because they've already exhausted everything else they could think of, and they're like, I don't know what to do now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like I think experiencing it this way supports you in understanding why it matters, right? And then you can take it, and there's daily practices you can do.
Yeah.
When you asked me about the list of like what I'd recommend, like beginner meditation, it would be find someone who's doing it online. Insight Timer has some great resources. I'm posting some stuff on Insight Timer. There's just our YouTube has a lot of free resources for breathing things. Like find someone that you feel comfortable with. Find somebody that you trust, or get a good recommendation, and then go through the practice as a beginner. You know, there's too many free resources to not try it.
Totally.
And then if you try it and like it, there's advanced things you can do to enjoy it more, enjoy it better. Because like it's one thing to have it recorded and hear it over headphones, and it's a total another thing to have it live.
Yeah, this was completely
different.
different.
Like the ocean drum is completely different in person. And so, you know, there's steps to it. My aim in the way I like to share breathwork is to make it a daily practice, directing to the free resources, and then finding practitioners that you love and trust to guide you through. Because the truth is, everyone, every day, can breathe like this.
Totally.
For the rest of your life, you will have the ability to decide how you're breathing. I would hope 99% of the time, right?
Yeah,
100% of the time that you'd have that ability. And so if you use it consciously, you can affect everything.
Well, Kai, thank you so much for that. That was just incredible, like that experience and then just all your knowledge about the instruments and just breathwork itself. I think all of us can really just gain a lot of good insights from everything you have to share. So thank you for that. And kind of just to wrap up, you know, with what we want to do with these videos and kind of the aims and mission of Tapaboga, like what we do here with our online community and just the community we're trying to create here locally, like we just want to create a healthier community, ultimately a healthier world with these mindful practices, with meditation, with breath work, with yoga, with whatever helps us connect better with ourselves, with the earth. And with your practice specifically, like how can just a beginner get started on this journey with breathwork?
To get started on the beginner breathwork journey, my recommendation, the thing about breathwork is you can do the techniques. You have the capacity right now to sit like you did and go into a session, right? You can, but on our own we won't. Most of us require someone to guide us through it. So my recommendation would be to find a guide. And if that looks like a free video on YouTube, go check it out. You know, if you want to follow your favorite breathing instructor on Instagram, breathing.empowered. But if you want to follow somebody that you really connect with and then follow their content, that would be my recommendation. I'd recommend finding an instructor, finding a teacher, someone that you connect with. If you're interested, I do create content on Instagram at breathing.empowered. We're working on building out a Patreon account to help support people that want to get into this at a beginner level. And so there are resources out there. There's free resources and there's marvelous teachers and instructors that can generate that change for you.
Yeah.
Can support you in generating that change, I'd say.
Totally. Perfect. Well, thank you so much again.
Yeah,
we'll definitely put links down below to help you guys get started with Breathing Not Empowered. And also stay tuned for more video content we'll be creating with Tapaboga with more mindfulness practices and stuff like that. And again, thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
Yep. And we invite all you guys just to get started, just to take a deep breath on this journey, you know? And yeah, that's pretty much it.
We're all in it together.
We're all in it together.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know how to wrap it up.
I know. I was like, what's the button? What's the button? I was trying to find it.
Was that good? Should I do that again?
What's your log line?